can't find that one that was really good looking.
So this is blood. And I won't be eating this today.
You might also hear a lot of screaming in the background because we actually work at a school, and so we're going to interview some of those people today. Today we're going to talk about a subject that's actually controversial in Christianity. Can Christians eat blood or not eat blood? The reason this matters is as missionaries we have a lifestyle where sometimes we have to interact with the culture, but then we also...
Interact with culture!
Missionaries! We have a lifestyle where we have to interact with the culture, but we have to be sensitive to what do they eat, what do they drink. But at the same time, we have our own beliefs that can be a lot stricter than many cultures across the world. In Taiwan, they eat blood a lot in various different meals, and it's not got the novelty factor that it might have in a place like America. Like they just say, oh, I want some rice, some chicken, some congealed blood from an animal like a pig or a duck.
The first time I saw blood, I was actually at like a hot pot restaurant where you like go up and you like pick your ingredients like for your soup. And I thought that the blood was like little hamburger patties. And so I grabbed a lot of them because I really like hamburger. And then obviously whenever it's cooking in the hot pot, it just kind of spread. And that's whenever I found out that Taiwanese people have blood as an option a lot of times. So I didn't finish my dinner that night. And
Did you try?
You know, I have honestly tried every food that has come in front of me in Taiwan, but blood is the only thing I have not. And I think
Because of your religious
it's because of my religious convictions. No, I don't know. I can only think of like an animal's face or something, and it's kind of hard for me.
I can't think of their face while I'm eating a hamburger. When I see their blood.
I don't know. I just like, whenever I was a kid, I used to watch Survivor, and they had this challenge where they had to like drink blood. And I remember as a child, I was probably 8 years old, and my dad told me like, you can't do this, Emily, because you're a Christian. And so I just always thought like drink blood bad. And so whenever I see blood in front of me, I'm just like, I just can't do this. What about you, Hailey? What's your first experience with blood?
Actually, I don't remember. I remember being like weirded out, and I didn't know what it was. I was just like, oh, that's the first thing I saw was the rice blood cake, which is just like a square of rice, but it's kind of black. And I just remember thinking like, what in the world is that? Like, what did they do to it? Why is the rice black and like all strange? But I didn't click that it was blood at first. So I don't remember when exactly I figured out that it was blood or my specific reaction to it. I'm still not really a fan. I don't refuse it for religious reasons. I just refuse it because I don't want to eat it, basically. Like wherever I go, I just take a Taiwanese friend with me. So if I buy, like the other day I went to buy noodles. Duck blood came in my noodles. What I do? Gave it to my friend.
Do you think it's wrong for Christians to eat blood?
Personally, I don't think it's wrong for Christians to eat blood. I just don't like it.
I don't really crave it. I think the first time I actually had blood was probably in soups and stuff, but I actually would refuse it because I used to think it was religiously not allowed. And then over time I kind of changed my belief, not because of great apostasy, but because I started reading some Jewish views on that. So then I started trying it and I actually liked the flavor. Doesn't gross me out. Meat doesn't gross me out that much. Things that really gross me out are like mayonnaise, mustard. Those things are disgusting. But duck's blood, I can get down with duck's blood from time to time. Oh, it's so strong. It's like when you touch an octopus and the octopus touches you back. Like, it's just, I can't.
Oh, no.
Oh God, I'm getting it on our equipment.
No, just take it. What equipment? We have no equipment here. You gotta go full on.
This is why I could never be a mom. I can't do the whole like, that's a mom move. Cutting someone's food with chopsticks for them. I've never been in a restaurant and they're like, hey, Algong, let me cut your... That's like an instinctual thing you do with children. And I'm aware of that. That's what just occurred. Okay.
Eat your blood, Jake.
I'm gonna kiss Emily with these lips later.
You're kissing me.
Oh, not bad.
But is it good?
It's good, but it pops when you eat it.
Oh gosh!
So, should we go see what people think about blood?
Let's go.
Do you think it's okay for Christians to eat blood? 你认为基督徒可以吃血吗? Do you think it's okay for Christians to eat blood? Rachel, do you think it's okay for Christians to eat blood?
Oh, tricky question. To me, I don't mind, but I like it. But if I will offend somebody, I will not eat in front of people who feel offended.
可以。现在吃吗？
为什么你喜欢吃血？
因为很香，很 Q。
Yes,
Yes? Why?
because we are under the new covenant.
No problem.
This one is good. Wow. Can I eat more?
For us to be a community, for us to reach this culture together, I think it is very allowable to partake in what they are partaking in.
I don't think it's okay.
Why?
After the flood, God mentioned to Noah not to eat, I think, uncooked animals maybe. I would have to look at it again, but because the life is in the blood. So I feel that's a law that God gave to Noah even before like the laws of Moses.
If people mind, I will not eat.
So we don't mind. We eat for us.
Yeah.
In the Bible, the blood is mean the life, but I think maybe in there there's just the fruit.
I love it.
I gotta take it away.
1 out of 10.
8.
Oh, high blood score. I give it an AB positive.
I think it's better if we don't eat blood. A lot of times in the Bible it says that Christians should abstain from eating blood. So I think just stick to the safe side.
Well, one thing we found out was people are like raving fans of blood here. Like Americans, Taiwanese, Canadians, they're just like, they love blood. So one of the things that came up as a concern was the Noahic law, which actually was the law given to Noah far before the law that was given to Jewish people. But then others actually mentioned that Paul goes on to say that he doesn't believe anything is really bad for you to eat as long as your convictions are okay with it.
There's no rules! Let's just start back on. There's one rule!
But you should never eat it in front of other people because they might stumble in their beliefs or not really agree with you. They might fall into idol worship. And it was interesting because we actually saw a lot of Christians, when they said they believe blood is okay, they also said, but I wouldn't eat it if it's going to offend someone or hurt their feelings or cause them to walk away from God. There are several different biblical arguments throughout the New Testament that say blood is basically okay, anything's okay. But one of the things that trips up people a lot is after Jesus, but before Paul had written a lot of his letters, there was this council in the book of Acts, and they had to give a law for Gentiles. And the Gentiles only had 3 laws that they couldn't really break. It's to abstain from sexual immorality, they couldn't worship idols or other gods, and then they were supposed to abstain from things that have been strangled or the blood of animals. And the way that's translated makes it a little bit confusing sometimes. If you're really to think about it, I'm the early church, and I'm Peter, and we have to give the 3 laws that the entire church is going to be founded on for the Gentiles. It would be really weird if Peter was like, abstain from sexual immorality. That's a big thing, you know? Abstain from idolatry. That makes sense, right? Don't eat the blood of animals. It seems like kind of a bizarre, random thing. So one of the things we have to realize is during that time, people spoke differently. And there's some arguments, very scholarly arguments, about the way that is phrased being a euphemism for murder. The reason they might use a euphemism, for example, is in English, we have a lot of phrases that just are not comfortable to say in front of people. You know, if people are going to the bathroom, we don't always talk about what they're gonna do in the bathroom. You might be like, oh, we're gonna call it the potty, and people are even like, ew.
Oh, Squatty Potty, you fill me with endless joy, yet leave me empty.
How old are you?
Kids, I'm old enough to have my food cut by chopsticks by a friend who had a very motherly activity there. That's how old I am. But the idea is that the Torah was given to preserve life. This brings us all back to today blood. A lot of times when we're discussing this idea of can a Christian not use blood, it falls into that idea where Paul said nothing that you eat is really bad, but it's not always beneficial, just like I shouldn't eat 4 cheeseburgers in a day. Also, we should never eat things that cause others to stumble. So there are some Christians who have those beliefs in the Noahic law, and they say, I'm not going to eat blood, and that's something that I really believe the Bible says I shouldn't do. But there's those other Christians who say, I'm free under the grace of Jesus Christ and his sacrifice. That gives me grace. I'm no longer under all of the law. So when we have conflicts there, that's why we got to resolve them and work them out by not offending other people or going that way. But as missionaries, we have to understand these things. We have to think about if we can eat blood or not, which is kind of interesting. Most jobs don't require you to have that sort of thought behind it.
Well, anyways, if you liked this video, please comment, like, subscribe, ring that bell. We really appreciate it. If you want us to do more videos like this in the future, let us know. And let us know your thoughts. Do you eat blood on a regular basis? Do you think it's weird to eat blood? Does it gross you out? Do you think it's wrong? Do you think it's right? We want to know your thoughts.
What's the best blood restaurant where we can get blood for Jake to eat?
And are there types of blood you don't like? We had just heard that some people don't like mifan, blood rice. Well,
Mifan?
I said rice rice.
Rice rice.
Losing it. You know what I mean, Taiwan.
So with that,
Yeah.
see you guys next week.
再见.
再见. And I gotta find the name of the law real quick.
Wasn't it Hammurabi? Or
Yeah.
Hammurabi? Wait,
Hammurabi? That's the gorilla.
No. There's a
No,
law.
that's Harambe.
Oh, dang it.
Hammurabi is the ancient Akkadian code. That was Law of Hammurabi.
And